Today we're making the ultimate egg sandwich, Gina style. I hope y'all are having a great day today, and if you're not, hopefully I can brighten up your day with this here recipe. Happy Tuesday. I hope y'all are gonna have a great week. I wanna know what your weather's like. I wanna know what you had for breakfast. So now listen, I'm gonna show you all, when I make this egg sandwich, how to make the most fluffiest, brightest, gorgeous, best tasting eggs you have ever tasted. It's a whole technique. Here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need some eggs, of course. I got about 7 eggs here, okay? And the cheese is a little bit different today. Those that are familiar with me, you know I would usually use a yellow American cheese. Today I'm using some sharp cheddar. Okay, it's gonna be super cheesy. Yes, we're making cheesy eggs. You're gonna need just some salt. If you can't use it, just leave it out. It'll be okay. In my pan here, I got some cooking oil, whatever cooking oil you use, and then we have some butter, salted or unsalted. If you use the salted butter, you really don't have to use the pinch of salt. It's really up to you, you know. And we're gonna have some black pepper to garnish the eggs to make them nice and gorgeous. I always put some parsley flakes on top. And so now I'm gonna serve these eggs on a bagel. And I have a blueberry bagel. I know that's so different for cheesy scrambled eggs, but just trust me, I got good taste buds. And this tastes great together. And I got some butter here. Make sure your hands are clean. Let's make the ultimate fluffy eggs and throw it on the bagel. First thing we're gonna do for our fluffy eggs is we're gonna go ahead and start cracking these beautiful eggs. I got 7 eggs here. Now the trick to making these eggs fluffy is to really whisk some good air into these eggs. Listen to me. You don't need water. You don't need milk. You don't need heavy cream. You don't need none of those things that people tell you you're going to need for fluffy eggs. And then you're also going to need a soft spatula. I'm going to show you today how to use this soft spatula to create a nice pillow fluffy egg. Okay, see, because when you use a fork, the fork just scrambles it up into little tiny pieces. Unless you like little tiny pieces, you know. But it's going to be so beautiful. These eggs are going to taste great. And we're going to make sure that we don't salt them too early. Because believe it or not, salting the eggs a little too early draws water out of the eggs and gives the eggs a funky texture. We're not looking for that, right? Let's get some air into these eggs. I always like to wait until the butter that I'm going to put in this pan gets nice and frothy. What does frothy mean? Well, it's going to get kind of white and bubbly. Once that happens, that's when I pour my eggs in, and I'm always sure not to have the heat up too high. It's just a little tiny notch above low. Anything higher than that, you're going to have brown on your scrambled eggs, and I think that's one of the worst things. If it's scrambled eggs, I think it's supposed to be yellow. Right? So now let's go ahead and get this butter nice and melted. But in the meantime, let's get some air into these eggs. Don't salt them too early. Butter is almost melted. Let's go ahead and open up these gorgeous blueberry bagels. What kind of bagels do you guys like? I like the original bagels, and a blueberry bagel, oh my goodness, is the best. You hear me? Even to make a sandwich with. Yeah, you don't have to have like the sweet cream cheeses on them. A blueberry bagel, so good. I eats down with these. Let's get these eggs right into the pan, just like so. All right, and now the pulling technique that I always love to tell you all about. We're gonna take the soft spatula, and as the egg begins to cook, and it'll start to cook up quick, I like to pull the cooked egg to the middle, let the raw egg draw to the outside, and then you keep pushing that cooked egg to the middle until you have a really fluffy egg. And that's how it's done. We're not taking the fork and scrambling it like that. Just like this is gonna do what you want. When it comes to making eggs, why do I find it so relaxing? I mean, it's like one of the most relaxing things to me is to make eggs. It doesn't matter what kind of eggs. I could be making fried eggs and it's relaxing to me, just like sitting poolside. I know that's kind of weird, but I love making scrambled eggs, and I love showing you all this technique that's going to give you beautiful eggs. I really do. Go ahead and get these bagels down. See how the eggs is beginning to form that fluffy egg in the middle? That's what we're looking for. Honestly, at this point, they're about 80% done. Now we can begin to fold them over just like this, trying our best not to break them up. Ooh wee, it's about time to salt them. Let's give them some salt on them, not too much, but enough to taste, right? Sure, and some parsley flakes, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. Take that off of that part of the stove. I am going to load these eggs. You hear me? I'm gonna load them with a ton of cheese. on purpose. I'm not that person that wants my scrambled eggs cooked like really hard. I don't know if you all get the gist of what I'm trying to say when I say really hard. I don't want them cooked too. I want them a little wet, just a little bit. All right, let's fold that over. The residual heat from the eggs will melt that cheese. Look at these. Are you kidding me? Let's butter or blueberry bagels. Now, you always got to use melted butter. If you think you're going to use room temperature butter that's still solidified, you know, it's going to make it mushy, right? The same with toast. When you're buttering your toast, always use melted butter. It turns out better. There you have it. Look at these eggs. I know, they are absolutely gorgeous. Here's what you're going to do. I'm going to show you. If you enjoyed today's video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on, tell your family and friends. Tell the world what Gina Young's doing in this kitchen every single day. And Father, on today, we thank you for this breakfast. Your hedge of protection, your love time, your mercy, and your understanding. Amen. Stay tuned. You're going to see this how I like to eat it. Take those cheesy eggs right on top of the bagel. Oh yeah, that's a perfect bite.